What is good, gang? It is time for Chapter 4, Why Semen Retention is So Beneficial. This chapter, I gotta get the thumbnail. This chapter freaking slaps. There are so many nuggets in here. Still on day 185 of my semen retention streak, but my goal is to always acquire more knowledge so that I can build more conviction, build better mental models of all this stuff, and just continue to level up. Most of you guys do not have the time to sit down and read books, and I get that. So I am beginning to just go through these chapters, share the best parts with you. This chapter 4, guys, is so good, I'm going to read the whole thing. Let's get into it. In this chapter, we'll discuss a number of benefits of semen retention related to your emotional, physical, and mental health. Specifically, we'll examine benefits in the following areas. Boost confidence. I'm experiencing it. Higher energy. Yep. More self-control. Yep. Sharp memory. Yep. Strong hair. Not yet. I've actually recognized that I have some organ stuff that I've been needing to take care of, some meridian stuff. I think that has been impacting that. So I'm in the process of doing some Chinese herbal medicine stuff to impact that. Deep voice. I wouldn't say I have experienced that quite as much yet as well. Also, some other health things that I'm addressing behind that right now, so that makes perfect sense. Relieves depression. Yes, experienced it. Boosts libido. Yep. Oh yeah. Makes you a risk taker. Bro, I'm taking so many risks right now. In my life, in my career, my business. Improves sleep. I also have some underlying stuff that I'm working through, but I've heard from some people that they're sleeping really well on SR. And then some, it's like, I don't sleep nearly as much, but I also don't need as much sleep. So that's interesting. Boosts your immune system. Yeah. Increases your attractiveness. Yeah. Awakens your root chakra. Yeah. Absolutely. Improves athletic performance. Yeah. Makes you happier. Yep. Gives you more time for other things. Yeah. Because I'm more productive. Let's take a look at each of these benefits individually. Here we go. Boost confidence. Let's begin with how semen retention can improve your self-confidence and self-esteem. You might have heard that most of your sexual pleasure happens in your brain. It's true. They say this about women too. If you really want to turn a woman on, you got to turn her brain on. And side note, pivot for a sec. I brought this up in another video, how I was talking about brain orgasms and heart orgasms and how you can move that energy up and experience that same pleasurable feeling just in a different energy center of your body. Wild stuff. Anyways, it's true. Your brain is highly involved in the process. Each time you ejaculate, your brain gives you a shot of dopamine. It's your brain that's doing it, guys. That's the brain's feel-good neurochemical that is associated with the feelings of pleasure. In reality, dopamine doesn't make you feel good per se. It's only a messenger. It's what's called a neurotransmitter that sends messages between nerve cells. Dopamine is part of the, what is that? Catecholamine family of chemicals. And it runs along dopamine pathways in parts of the brain associated with reward-motivated behavior. That means that when you perceive the possibility of a particular reward for any kind of behavior, your brain produces dopamine along these pathways. The dopamine itself doesn't just give you pleasure. Instead, it motivates you to take actions that will result in a pleasurable outcome. Here's a problem for a lot of you that I dealt with as well. You have made releasing sex, screen time, Pornhub, whatever you're dealing with, you've made that the pleasurable outcome, and you've trained your body to give you dopamine hits like as a reward. So like, oh, big tough day at work, you come home, your body's like, cool, where's my reward? Really stressful day, whatever. Oh, I did this hard thing. Okay, where's my reward? The reward now equals this toxic habit. And then you kind of get in a loop there, self-fulfilling prophecy. Dopamine is transmitted from one nerve cell to another by jumping a gap known as the synapse. On the other side of the synapse is the landing pad known as a receptor, but excessive dopamine production can harm the receptor sites. When that happens, the dopamine can jump that gap and your dopamine levels, or it can't jump that gap. and your dopamine levels drop as a result. Excessive dopamine production can harm the receptor sites. When that happens, the dopamine can't jump that gap, and your dopamine levels drop as a result. Okay. Low levels of dopamine are associated with low levels of self-confidence, as well as diminished levels of motivation and willpower. You ever get it when you're on like a dopamine overload, just swiping, like doom scrolling on social media? It's like frying your dopamine receptors, and then you just don't feel motivated to go do anything. This is why. Reduced dopamine compounds low self-confidence, since it's exponentially more difficult to become confident without motivation, 100%. When you conserve your semen and redirect your sexual energy, you're actually boosting your dopamine levels by not firing it in your brain constantly, and your confidence increases as a result. Anybody feeling more confident on their SR streaks? I know I am. Higher energy. B12 is a crucial vitamin for your semen. It has numerous benefits. We've talked about this in previous chapters. Effects on the quality of your sperm. It also increases the functionality of your reproductive organs in general. Specifically, it decreases the toxicity of homocysteine, which is a type of amino acid. It reduces the level of nitric oxide. It decreases the oxidative damage done to the sperm, and it also decreases the impairment of sperm caused by inflammation. It's contained within your sperm, and it's crucial for their stamina. It also helps your body to transform the food you eat into energy that your cells use. Moreover, it helps keep blood and nerve cells strong and prevents a type of anemia that can cause fatigue. When you ejaculate, you lose vitamin B12, and that can make you feel exhausted. Abstaining from ejaculation means you don't lose the B12 found in the sperm. You also boost your testosterone levels. In fact, semen retention boosts your testosterone levels by a whopping 45%. Interesting. And then it says, although it will drop back to normal levels after a few days. Yeah, but after what? After you release? Because if you just keep holding it, then you just get increased testosterone. Because I'm telling you, my testosterone is definitely through the roof. I'm not sure when I'm going to do this, but I'm eventually going to go get a blood panel done so that I can see where the numbers are actually at. High testosterone, like B12, is linked to higher energy levels. Low testosterone causes fatigue, erectile dysfunction, a loss of interest in even having sex. More self-control. Because masturbation stimulates the pleasure and reward centers in the brain, it can create a sensation similar to addiction. That obsessive craving can undermine your willpower and self-control. By refraining from ejaculation, you can make yourself stronger and you can enhance your self-control. When you have an improved sense of self-control, you can also feel more confident in your ability to tackle whatever life throws your way. It's a virtuous cycle. Bro, I feel that. I do feel like I can tackle whatever happens. Sharp memory. When you're focused on your sexual desires, whether in the form of self-pleasuring or sex with a partner, it can impair your mental clarity and memory. Remember that phosphorus and zinc are major components of semen, which also keep your brain healthy and sharp. Withholding your semen can increase the power of your memory by retaining these essential nutrients. Those were in past chapters, zinc and phosphorus. Strong hair. Semen contains a protein called keratin. It's the same protein found in your fingernails and hair, and it's essential for their health. It keeps your hair smoother and easier to manage. A decrease in the keratin in your body is associated with hair loss, roughness, dryness, and thin hair. Excessive masturbating causes you to lose that valuable keratin, and without keratin, your hair becomes thin and brittle. Additionally, too much self-pleasuring can dry out your scalp and make your head feel itchy because of the lack of keratin. When you practice semen retention, you find that your hair becomes thicker, more lush, and your scalp feels better. Deeper voice. As we've mentioned earlier, semen retention boosts your testosterone levels by as much as 45% within just 1 week. There it is. Whew. Y'all, do you realize what 45% does? Do you realize the output that has, that masculine desire to just go do things and take action and accomplish things? Do you have any idea what 45% increased testosterone means? This is why I have this desire to just do a million things and accomplish things. And I'm getting business ideas and I'm just like acting on this stuff, and I'm building communities that I'm going to be like launching, and like, guys, that right there is worth it all. That makes your voice deeper, by the way, something considered being an attractive masculine trait. Relieves depression. Because semen retention boosts your testosterone levels, it can help to alleviate depression. You need to have optimal levels of testosterone for mental well-being. In fact, people with low levels of testosterone often don't respond to antidepressant medications. Interesting. When study participants were given testosterone in addition to their medication, they responded well to the combination. Aside from the physical boost provided by testosterone, there were often problems with people feeling guilty following masturbation. Yeah, post-nut clarity, y'all. When that happens repeatedly, it trains the brain to respond with frustration and self-reproach each time you masturbate. It's a feedback loop that can have serious negative consequences as it affects your emotions and self-image. The guilt and the shame to me, guys, is your body telling you you done messed up, AA Ron. Name that movie, or name that YouTube video. You done messed up. That to me is what the shame and the guilt are feeling. Whatever, after post-nut clarity, after you masturbate, it's like, what have I just done? Yeah, because your body's like, nature is like, yo, we got to make sure we program these idiots, these weebs, to make sure that they just don't go figuring out their pleasure center and just unloading their life force without creating, right? They're like, you didn't succeed. There was no partner here with you. Boost your libido. Your libido is your overall sex drive, which means your desire for sexual activity. People who regularly refrain from masturbation report that their sexual desire increases. Yeah, shocker. They also report that the quality of that desire improves. It is deeper and more passionate. This is likely related to increased levels of testosterone. People also report that the increase in self-control they have due to their restraint helps them channel the increased sexual energy into other activities requiring high levels of energy. Yes. Makes you a risk taker. While there are certain people who engage in risky behaviors, and as a result pay a high price, what we're talking about here refers more to taking calculated risks that come with big rewards. For example, Steve Jobs, who famously practiced semen retention, took a big risk when he dropped out of college to co-fund Apple. His risk paid off, and that's true for many opportunities that come your way in life. They involve significant risk, but they also come with a big payoff. Increased testosterone levels result in taking more bold actions, particularly when it comes to taking financial and professional risks. Many successful entrepreneurs practice semen retention and cite it as a factor in their success. I am doing this literally right now. The amount of money that I have spent, me and my business partner have reinvested into our company this year, and like we're restructuring everything. Like we are literally forging a new path that no one else is doing. Tons of risk, but the reward is absurd, through the roof, changes everything. It's a generational like impact, generational ripple. But here's a little tip for you guys. If there's no risk, let me say this. If there's no risk, there's no reward. If there's no risk, everybody's doing it. And then it's not an opportunity, right? Think of this with business. If everybody's doing the thing, there's no risk. It's a proven model, as opposed to starting something completely new. Nobody's done it, so you can capture the entire market share. You become known for that thing. You can be the first player in the scene, right? That's where all the opportunity is. Improve sleep. Low testosterone levels are associated with a reduction in sleep duration, poorer sleep quality, frequently waking up through the night, and disturbance while sleeping. Maintaining optimal testosterone levels will improve your overall quality of sleep. And with more and better sleep, you also produce more testosterone. Another virtuous cycle in action. In fact, men who sleep less than 5 or 6 hours a night have as much as 10% less testosterone in their bodies. That's a big difference than that semen retention can help to resolve. I believe that. Boost to your immune system because your semen contains numerous essential vitamins and minerals, such as vitamin C, calcium, magnesium, citric acid, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, zinc, lactic acid, and vitamin B12. Among others, it offers tremendous support for your immune system. These nutrients are powerful antioxidants. Antioxidants work to protect your cells from the damaging effects of free radicals. Free radicals produce inflammation in your body, and inflammation is linked to a number of diseases such as arthritis, cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and so forth. These essential vitamins and minerals support your immune system efforts to keep you healthy by helping to reduce inflammation. When you ejaculate, these nutrients are expelled and your body needs time and resources to build them up again. Increases your attractiveness. This is a big benefit for many men. And if you plan on continuing to have sex, even as you practice semen retention, I wouldn't, if you're in a spot where this is critical, most of you are, I know I have been, I wouldn't recommend that. It's a slippery slope. I literally just saw a comment yesterday about a man who was saying, hey, I was on day 64 of my streak, had sex with my wife yesterday, and went just a little too far, couldn't hold it, and I released, and I'm pissed, and I had to start over now. Listen, if you have a wife, like personally for me, if I had a wife, I would be learning how to have sex without ejaculating. I would get really, really good at that whole practice. That's just me personally, because if you're in a married relationship like that, like you're not going to take that off the table. That's like intimate connection. But if you're not, if you can be solo while you do this, that's my preference, what I'm doing right now. Because semen retention boosts your testosterone levels and increases your confidence. People find you more attractive. Yeah, women freaking love confidence, yo. Moreover, the quality of your sexual experiences improves with semen retention. That makes the connection with your partner deeper and more satisfying. They feel it too, and that makes you even more attractive to them. Also, semen retention allows you to channel energy into other areas of life, which increases your success professionally and personally, enhancing your confidence. Sex is a primary motivator for most men. Yeah. Let's be real, guys. That's why a lot of you are doing this. It's funny. You're like taking sex off the table so that eventually you get more of it, right? That's a big motivator. And thus, if you're more attractive, it's a big benefit. Additionally, the more confident you are, the more attractive you are, and that makes you even more confident. It's another positive feedback loop. Do you see all these positive feedback loops that we are creating? It awakens your root chakra. Your root chakra is the first chakra, your bottom one. It's located at the base of your spine. Its energy is linked to the earth element. It's also where your kundalini energy lies and awaits awakening. Because the root chakra is associated with the earth element, it's also linked to your feelings of being grounded and safe. If it's your foundational energy, this is also where money beliefs, limiting beliefs are stored. So when I do muscle testing with other people, we can go through some processes and basically test to see if your general basic programming is either aligned or not. And usually people who have money issues, when we test out like how safe they feel in their root chakra, normally they do not feel safe, and we have to like reprogram that. It's your foundational energy that sets the stage for expansion in your life, since it's associated with your physical body and providing nutrients to your tissues. It's also responsible for motivating foundational behaviors like eating, sleeping, and procreating. Thus, it's an important factor in both generating and conserving sexual energy. Root chakra. When conserved, you can direct that energy towards spiritual awakening and expansion, professional success, and personal growth. Yes, that's the whole point of this channel. By opening this chakra and keeping it balanced, you help maintain the health of your other chakras as well. Additionally, you can awaken the kundalini energy for spiritual growth. And you move it up with the breathing exercises, the perineum exercise. In fact, you generate a flow of energy that creates for expansion in all areas of life. Have I mentioned Dr. Joe Dispenza? That's his work that he focuses on. Improves athletic performance. Trainers in all kinds of sports have advocated abstaining from sex before a sporting event. Like many others, they feel that engaging in sex, and more specifically ejaculating, weakens your performance. Yep. Yo, you ever release, guys, and then try to go work out immediately after it? Holy shit. It feels like you got hit by a bus, man. Would not recommend it after you just experience it at least once. As we've seen, there are a number of nutrients in sperm, and by expelling them and expending energy, you weaken your body for a while following ejaculation. Yep, many athletes say that they feel more powerful, alert, focused when they don't engage in any kind of sexual activity before an event. That results in a better performance on the field. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson are two well-known successful athletes who made it their practice to abstain from sex prior to a fight. It makes you happier. And before I get into that too, guys, there's a lot of NFL players that are talking about this now, abstaining from sex before events, even leading up to events, and the crazy impact that has on their careers. More guys are starting to talk about this. It makes you happier. Many people feel guilty following masturbation. Might be a reason for that, and the expenditure of energy can bring them down as well. This is particularly true for those who have become addicted to the habit. The physical reasons behind this are related to the repeated stimulation of the pleasure-seeking centers in the brain. Essentially, they become overstimulated, which reduces the sensation of pleasure due to decreased dopamine levels. Abstaining from masturbation and ejaculation means that your dopamine levels stay in the normal range and you stay happier as a result. Gives you more time for other things. If you remember being a teenage boy, you know how much of your time can be taken up with masturbation and thoughts of sexual desire. Yo, that's real. This might still be the case for you even though you're a grown man. If you're engaging in masturbation and excessive sexual activity, you know that it takes a lot of your time. That's time you could be spending on other activities like growing businesses, guys, that can enhance your professional career as well as your spiritual growth and your personal life in areas unrelated to your sexual desires. Just think about all the things you could get done if you cut out excessive sexual activity. Guys, think about it like this. Delayed gratification. If you delay the gratification of the sex and you put that time and energy into go leveling up, getting money, getting the bag, making yourself a better version of yourself, you inevitably attract lots of women because they're attracted to confidence and authority and purpose and a man that can provide. And then you get the thing, right? Seek first the kingdom, then all this shall be added unto you. A case study of the benefits. Okay, this is really good. Listen up. There's nothing like hearing someone talk about their personal experience to illustrate the benefits of semen retention. Jensen is a 32-year-old man from Germany who works in the financial field. He's a regular contributor to an online forum of semen retention and has kindly allowed me to share his story. Jensen was in his early 20s when he started noticing how excessive sexual activities were draining his vitality. He noted that he felt as though he was drying up. Being an avid reader, he began to learn how to integrate his love life with his spiritual life without completely suppressing his sexual activity. He did not want to be celibate. He began to study tantric and Taoist practices around sexual cultivation. He was heartened to learn that he wouldn't have to stop having sex, just stop overindulging in it and not releasing the seed. He also was interested in how abstaining from overindulgence would help to deepen his relationship with his partner. He learned that he could have sex without ejaculation. Bing, bing, bing. That's what I'm going to be learning how to do. And I actually think I could do it. I mean, I'm going to be real. The last girl that I was with, we went 4 hours. I could have gone a really long time without releasing, but I know there's more to cultivate in that. And in that way, he could cultivate the sexual energy, circulate it to share with his partner, and then store it within his own body. That helped him decide that he needed to try this for himself. So if you're not going to release, guys, you can still circulate energy. There's still a give and take, but at the end of the day, you still get to store it in your body. At first, it was difficult for him to go over 30 days without ejaculating. Some of you are there right now. I've been there, trust me. Which was the first test he set for himself. But when he finally managed to do it, he noticed that his energy levels improved significantly. I'm telling you guys, if you can conquer 30 days consistently, that's going to allow you to conquer 60 days consistently. If you can do 60 days consistently, you can hit 90 and get it on a long freaking streak like I am right now. 185 days right now. He noticed that his energy levels improved significantly. In fact, he said the difference was like night and day. I've experienced it. I am experiencing that. Before practicing semen retention, he needed several cups of coffee to help him get up and become fully alert in the morning. He said he literally had to drag himself out of bed on some days. After 30 days of practicing semen retention, he found his energy levels were soaring. He also needed less sleep. Same. This makes sense because your body puts a lot of energy into semen production. It pulls resources and nutrients from your organs. I talk about this all the time, how it takes the best cells from your organs so that it can create a duplicate of your body, right? It makes sense. Put in the fluid so that there's a duplicate of you. It takes the best part of your organs and other body structures to incorporate into replenishing semen. It redirects your body's energy that normally focuses on cellular repair and self-maintenance. That is why reproductive organs are really there to reproduce you. Yes, you can also procreate with them, but they're there to reproduce you. When you're no longer in a constant state of semen deficit, your body can focus on other processes, and that means you experience a boost in your energy levels. Along with this increased levels of energy, Jensen also experienced a significant improvement in his focus. Same. Previously, he had trouble focusing on one thing at a time. His attention jumped from one subject to the next. He was, as he described himself, scatterbrained. After practicing semen retention for 30 days, however, he was able to maintain his focus on his creative passion, music. Hey, same. He was able to stay focused on a task until he finished it. With semen retention, he could now use the zinc that was normally used for semen production to help his brain function better. This not only meant a better focus, but a better memory as well. He noted the brain fog he had sometimes suffered from previously was gone. Same. The brain fog was debilitating, For real. I'm so much more productive these days. It's crazy. Another benefit that Jensen experienced was a boost in motivation. He found he had so much energy that he wanted to stay busy. Same. He was studying more, improving his skills, increasing his creative output, going to the gym, and getting everything done that he needed to. He noted that he had never had this kind of energy in his life before. He called it incredible, something that made him feel like Superman. Guys, the amount of books that I've ordered in the last week just so that I can start working through them, like this is one. There's another semen retention one that one of you guys in the comments mentioned. Has like a dude meditating on it, but it's like the Taoist or something. I don't know. I'm going to dive into that one next. I bought 3 books, courtesy of Vibration Works, that have to do with Carl Jung and interpreting dream states, because as I go longer on SR, my dreams, guys, are so vivid and wild, and I want to be able to know how to interpret these things. The amount of other books that I have, I have a whole shelf back here of books that I'm wanting to tackle. I've probably only read 40 to 60% of these, so there's a lot on there that I haven't read yet, and then I have a whole pile in my other room of books. It gives you energy, guys, to want to start learning and improving yourself. He also experienced a boost in confidence. In his teenage years, Jensen had low self-esteem as a result of acne after puberty. It lasted into his 20s. He was a shy individual who could barely bring himself to talk to women. He had suffered from this for a long time, but everything changed when he began practicing semen retention. It's actually funny, I was the opposite of that. I had no problems with women when I was younger until I really hit a bunch of health issues that sent me down this path, and I just didn't have the energy to put into it. He could feel himself radiating confidence. He became comfortable in his own skin. He attributes this to the fact that he was no longer being depleted of the masculine energy he needed to feel confident in his manliness. He noted that prior to this experience, he felt like he had an empty tank, but after practicing semen retention, he felt full and energized. His vital energy was up, and he not only felt great physically, he felt great about himself, which is the root of all positive actions. It's true. Semen, remember, everybody is mirroring back to you what you believe of yourself. Semen is, after all, the source of masculine energy, and conserving it made him feel powerful for once in his life. Because he was feeling that way about himself, he was also radiating that newfound confidence and masculinity outwards, which made him much more attractive to women. You see how it's seek first the kingdom, then all the things are added to you? The things that you wanted just suddenly start coming to you? Even though he had a partner, he noticed a subtle shift in attention when he was around women. Same. I've made many videos about this. Go watch them. They're funny. He sensed they were more interested in him and could sense his aura of masculinity. And they also fall in line more. They listen more. They give less attitude. Each time you ejaculate, your body produces prolactin. I've talked about this as well. A hormone that inhibits testosterone levels and is part of what makes you feel so listless after ejaculating. Once you release, guys, your prolactin shoots up. And then all you want to do is like lay in bed and sleep because your testosterone plummets. Since he wasn't ejaculating, his body wasn't producing as much prolactin and his testosterone levels normalized after a long period of deficiency. By practicing semen retention, Jensen was radiating masculine energy. And of course, women noticed. Women can sense this, guys. When I say women can smell the semen retention on you, this is why. They can feel your masculine aura. They're sensitive creatures. Further into his journey with semen retention, he found that women began to approach him, something that had never happened to him before. He also found his own desire was increased, but now he could more easily channel that into other activities in his life, such as his work and his desire for success in the field of music. Hey-o! Additionally, he had a strong desire for personal growth so that he could live his life's purpose. If you guys don't know, I own a record label. I'm an artist, I'm a musician. Like, this is my life. That's why I keep AOing on music. Jensen noted that the biggest benefit he got out of this practice was self-mastery. It took willpower for him to go the first 30 days without ejaculating, but once he knew he could do that, he realized he could do many other things as well. It was just a matter of self-discipline. That's why in the community that I'm building for the men in this community to join, the first thing that I'm working on right now is putting together like my most ideal dream semen retention protocol to help you guys. It's going to be set up to go for 90 days, but at least get like the first 30-day win under your belt, because when you can get that, it just gets easier and easier as you go. And then it's just easier to level up as a man. As a result of this momentum, he was able to change other habits that were draining his energy. He stopped smoking marijuana. He stopped getting drunk on weekends. He got his body in shape. He got his mind in shape by exposing it, inspiring it to inspiring content. I've actually hit pause on working out. I'm focusing a lot of like detoxing and healing up my organs with Chinese herbal medicine and stuff. But early on in this journey, I was like, guys, working out every day, like never missed, like putting on muscle, like fantastic. And I will be getting back to that as well. In short, he got his shit together. While semen retention is not a cure-all, Jensen attributes much of his recent success to the practice. Yep. One paragraph left. As Jensen describes it, you can be a man whose sexual desires control him, or you can be a man who controls his sexual desires for a higher purpose. Whew, that's a heater. Conquer your lust, conquer yourself, you can conquer anything. You can be your own master is the key message he wants to impart. When you take control of your life in this one way, it can't help but carry over into all other aspects of your life. You can evolve into a devoted, hardworking, balanced, and confident man who goes after what he wants. That's what I feel like right now, guys. For real, for real. The world definitely needs more of this right now. Semen retention can open the door. Chapter summary. There you have it, guys. In this chapter, we have discussed the numerous benefits of semen retention. Specifically, we discussed the following topics: the various benefits of semen retention in all areas of life, how semen retention works to produce those benefits, and a case study of a man's experience with SR. In the next chapter, we'll discuss the scientific evidence for the health benefits of semen retention. That's going to be a banger. Actually, I haven't read that one yet, so I'm going to go ahead and read that before I do the next video to make sure it's all good for you guys. But there you freaking have it, guys. Semen retention miracle. Chapter 4 in the books, the secret to health, wealth, and longevity. I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's all in the book. I'm experiencing all this stuff in real time. Again, today's day, 185 of my pure SR streak. It's still going. My goal is 365 days, one full year. But let's be real, when I hit that, like, I'm probably going to keep going. You know, and even if I do find a relationship, I'm gonna learn how to like be intimate and still hold on to this energy. That's a big goal of mine. Oh, a couple other books that I recently bought, guys. I bought one about out of body experiences. One of you in the comments dropped me some game on some great books about that, so I could start like understanding what's going on with these out of body experiences and like sleep paralysis and stuff that I've been experiencing a lot in the last year. So I'll keep you posted on that. That's, again, this is all stuff that I'm gonna be sharing on this channel as I keep learning more. So, men, hopefully you got some value out of this. Peace, love. Catch you on the next one.